Hello everyone, I'm Frances and I work for Somerset Libraries. I have another tongue twister for you today. Last time we practiced saying A for Annie, Angelina, Andy, Alex and Alice, and A for apple and ant. Today I'm going to tell you about the letter B. Oh goodness, what's that? There's something coming to look at my flowers. Oh, I think it's a bee. Do you know what a bee says? Buzz. Can you say that? Can you make your hand buzz about like a busy bee? B for busy and B for bee. A bee buzzes about very quickly, doesn't it? Can you say B very quickly? B, B, B. A B sound bounces out of your mouth, doesn't it? It's a bit like a bouncy ball or a bubble. Here are some more B words. Some of them are quite noisy. Are you ready? B for bang. B for bump. Bump. B for bat. B for bed. B for basket. I've put some things in my basket. Can you say what they are? What's that? Oh, it's got handles. What's that? A bag. And what have I got here? Oh, it's a bird. B for bird. And what's this one? A book. B for book. And what else is in here? Ooh, some beads. B for beads. And another ball. B for ball. Ooh, what are these? Biscuits. B for biscuits. Did you hear something? B for bell. B for bell. Oh. And what's that? It's a box. And on my box I've got a big ladybird, B for big, and a little ladybird. And a ladybird is a sort of beetle. And then I've got a big bottle, B for big, and I've got a little bottle, a little bottle. And that's funny because these are bubbles for the bath. And there's a place called Bath too. Do you remember from last time? The name of a person or a place is very important. So if you write the name of a person or a place, you write it with a big B. So it's a big B for Bath and a big B for Bristol, Bridgewater, Barbados. Those places all start with a big B. I wonder if any of you have been to any of those places, or you might even live in Bath or Bristol or Bridgewater. Probably not Barbados because that's a very long way away. Now I'm going to tell you about someone called Bobby Bats. Bobby's name starts with a big B for Bobby and a big B for bats. Try saying it quickly. Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. Bats, bats, bats. Can you hear the B sound? You have to put your lips together to say B. B words bounce out. If you open your mouth and try to say a B word, you can't do it. Now, Bobby Bats was a baker, and he had a hat like this. Bobby Bats was a very busy baker, and he baked lots of big loaves early in the morning. Yum, yum, it smelt good. One day, Barty Beetle came along to the bakery. Can you make a beetle with your hand? Can you make it crawl along? Barty Beetle was only little. I can't carry a... Oh, Barty's lost his hat. Oh dear. Bobby's lost his hat. Let's put his hat on again. That's better. Bobby Baker looked at the bread and then he looked at Barty Beetle. And can you guess what he did? Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. Wasn't that kind? The buns were just the right size for Barty. There's a bun for Barty. And Barty beetled round the town saying, Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. He told all his friends, Bill, Barry, Beth, Bonnie, Bella, Brenda, Bernie, Barbie and Ben. That's funny. All their names start with a big B. Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. That's quite difficult to say. I wonder if you can say it. Can you say it in a big voice? Bobby Bats baked a batch of beetles. Oop, no, not beetles. Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. And a little voice. Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. How about a very pleased voice? Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. Or a grumpy voice. Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. How about a puzzled voice? Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. And an excited voice. Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. And a giggly voice. Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. I'm sure you can think of lots more voices to say it in. You could also try saying it very slowly or very fast. How fast can you say it without making a mistake? Bobby Bats baked a batch of buns for Barty Beetle. Keep practicing. Just to remind you before I go, you have to write a big B at the beginning of a sentence and for important things like a person's name, and you write a little B for ordinary words. Can you make up something that's tricky to say with lots of B sounds in it? Please put a post on Facebook or email them to us at minlib@somerset.gov.uk. That's minlib@somerset.gov.uk. Oh, can you hear something? Goodness, can you hear the bell ringing? Well, it's goodbye for now from Somerset Libraries. I must buzz off now. Thank you for joining in. Have a busy day, keep practicing and have fun with Bobby Bats and Barty Beetle. Keep a lookout for B words. Please keep following us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and mention us to friends and family. Goodbye.